Break the Silence is an organisation which was founded by Tait back in 2004, primarily to support survivors of rape and childhood sexual abuse. Tait waived her right to anonymity so that she could support other survivors. Having been through other organisations herself getting support, she realised that there was a need for much more, and in many cases our survivors need lifelong support. We know there's a need because year on year our referrals are growing and growing, and they continue to grow. We thought we had a major month in January when we got almost 30 referrals, but then when May turned up we got 50, and the girls in the office have been rushed off their feet. But there you go. We know there's a need because the referrals just keep on coming. We make it as easy as possible for survivors to access the service. They can do it by telephone, by email. Other people can refer for them, so if they don't want to self-refer, the GPs or family and friends, CPNs, other organisations such as the police, criminal justice, women's aid, anyone can refer in, obviously with the survivor's approval, but yes, we make it as easy as possible for them to come into the service. And once they're here, the service is totally tailored to each individual survivor. So no two people will have experienced the same issues, and no two people will need the same support as they go through the recovery journey. We do lots of things to try and tackle the inequalities that are experienced by our survivors. We're quite often out and about awareness raising, so we attend events, we talk at different events. We're trying to make as many people as possible aware that we exist and of the services that we provide. We also offer training. We offer training in signs and symptoms of childhood sexual abuse, and also how to handle disclosure. If someone discloses to you, consider it an honour. It means that they trust you with their innermost secrets, and they've thought that you are trustworthy enough to deal with it. However, your reaction can make or break it for a survivor. So if your reaction is wrong, you can shut them down for another 5, 6, 10 years. But if your reaction is good, and you can perhaps direct them to Break the Silence or another organisation similar, then that's the start of their recovery journey. So how you handle disclosure is really, really important. Many of our clients come to us when they're in their 40s, 50s, whatever, and although they really enjoy and progress well through the recovery journey, it's easier for them, and they have a better chance of an earlier recovery and enjoying life to the max if we can catch them at an earlier age. So last year we reduced our age range from 16 plus to 13 plus. However, we also know from phone calls recently that there's a huge need for the 7 or 8 age group and upwards, and even lower. The biggest challenge for Break the Silence is sustainability. So we are fortunate enough to have local authority contracts with East and North Ayrshire Council. We're also the Pan Ayrshire partner for Future Pathways, which was formerly the In-Care Survivor Service. So we cover East, North and South for survivors who were abused in care. Sustainability isn't easy when you're relying on short-term contracts and funding from some of the big funders out there. I can mention the Robertson Trust, Comic Relief, Bank of Scotland, GSK. There's lots of funders that we rely on for funding, but those are short term and tend to be project funding, so it makes it difficult to plan long term.